Holy smokes, what did I just drive into? Well, good morning. This is Traveling Mike, and haven't been out in the cemetery for a while, but it's warming up, so we're going to come out and check out this little cemetery, Sharp Cemetery. It's a small cemetery out in the country, so we've got a couple of grave sites that want to be photographed for Find a Grave, so we're going to see if we can find those. I know one of them out here is for sure, but the other one may not be here. But we'll look around, see if we can find some interesting headstones and markings, and see what you can find out here. Come along. Over here is kind of the older section, so let's see what we've got out here. Right off the bat, there's a interesting little headstone here with the hands shaking goodbye, and it looks like an anchor. I can't quite tell what that is. Maybe a flower. No, it's a flower, I see. But, here's another one with the hand shaking. And here's one here with, this one's got a wreath, which generally means either military or just a victorious life here on Earth in 1917, probably World War I though. Here's a little child's one with the dove on it for a piece, just a year old. And here's one, the pulpit style, and it has the Book of Life on top. We've got the gates of heaven open. Another little infant one here with the dove on top. Another young girl. And here's another one. Just another infant one with a dove. And over here's a one with a rose. And of course, this one has the flowers, which those flowers there mean eternal sleep. There's a cross. Here's one with weeping willow, which is eternal sorrow. And right next to it's got a, I don't know if you can see it in the shadows, but it's a Masonic. And then a little lamb for an infant. Here's a slightly newer ones. Well, let me look and see if I can locate the headstones I'm trying to find. In the front of the cemetery is this really cool large headstone. You see it has a shield with the pall draped over it. Also is the hand shaking goodbye and the hand of God welcoming him to the heaven. And apparently it was just a 31-year-old woman who was a mother, and she died with an infant, might be in childbirth maybe. This one has a cross, wooden cross with the ivy around it for resurrection. And And this one on this obelisk has really cool sheath of wheat, stack of wheat that's been harvested, which means the eternal harvest. There's another interesting headstone here. It's the pulpit style with the Book of Life on top, and you can really see the gates of heaven open. The star represents Jesus Christ, and it says, "Come ye blessed." And then this one here, if you can see it in the shadows, it's got the hand pointing to heaven, the way to heaven. Here's one with a little iron gate around it. And just a 2-year-old. Little urns. Somebody safe in the arms of Jesus. There's a couple more pulpit styles with the Book of Life on top of both of them. And you can see also this one has the gates of heaven open. This one has the Masonic symbol in the front. Let me get my shadow out of the way. And of course this one has the star in the back. Okay, some of these are newer ones mixed in out here. And you've got the older ones kind of in this little brick wall. And actually this one headstone is one we're looking for right here in front of us, Mr. Haynes. They've already got a photo of it, but I think they want a better photo, so I'm going to take one that has all the writing on it, and we'll send that to the family. These are some interesting little walled off sites here. And it has, you could barely see the writing on here for who's in each one. It's pretty hard to read, pretty much weathered. It's a different shape. Yeah, all of it's really difficult to read. These. And you can see the different headstones put in the side. All right, I'm walking along here. Here's one with hands shaking. Goodbye. Somebody Cox, no relation. And right next to here, this is the other one we're actually looking for. Looking for a Richard B. Cunningham. And here it says Richard B. Uncle Dick, April 1855 to August 1936. In a family plot here. Has Cunningham. It has a spot for a sister and a mother and dad. So I'll take a picture of this one, send it to the family. Well, let's look around and see what else we have in here. I found the two that we've came to look for, so the rest we just kind of wander around, see if there's anything interesting. And like this one here has the double columns with the urn on top. Of course, the double columns with the hole through it is the passageway to heaven. That's a pretty nice looking one. See, I can't see what this one says. This one has, well, I'm not quite sure. Maddie, it looks like an infant, I think, maybe, or a young lady. Can't quite tell what that symbol is. I think it's a rose, but it's pretty well covered in stuff. Okay. Here's one with a palm leaf on it. The palm leaf represents victory. Related to like Easter, when the palm branches were all laid down on the ground for Jesus' entry into the city. Here's a little young girl with it's got a dove with a olive branch for peace. A lot of veterans in the cemetery, and American Legion. Let's see what this one has on it. Yeah, really hard to read that one. And those have sunflowers on either end. An interesting thing about the sunflowers is it represents a well-lived life, but it's when the sunflower, as most people know, it follows the sun when it's alive, but as it dies, it faces only the east, which is where generally a cemetery, the bodies face the east, expecting the resurrection. So that's why a lot of them have sunflowers on them. Here's a little 1-year-old, and it says, "Budded on earth to bloom in heaven." That's a nice little saying for a child. There's another mason and a oops. Here's a newer one. Apparently he worked for the telephone company and part of the Daughters of the American Revolution history. Cool. Let's see, there's some broken ones. Just a little old. Can't really read those. Oh, this one has a lot of interesting stuff. Some of it's really hard to read, but you can see the crown of glory with the olive branches. It looks like that's what's all around it. And I think it has on here some ivy, which stands for friendship. And you got the little poppy for eternal sleep. Well, I think that's going to do it today in the cemetery. It's going to be a short video. It's a pretty small cemetery, and we found the two we were looking for right off the bat. So until we meet again in another cemetery, I'll see you next time.